clue about that, have you? Fuck that. It's more than a fucking.
You'd be shot dead in Ireland for pouring a pint like that. Fucking hell.
Ready? Does it all sound good? Yeah. Let's keep quite close to the microphone. Don't do intro.
What episode? What episode? 8? Yeah. Welcome to the Problematic Pub Podcast, episode 8, with me, Simon Emmanuel, Sandro Ford.
Oh, me, Sandro Ford.
And our guest for today, comedian, stripper, and bouncer, Chris Kerley.
He's shagging all our women, the Irish bastard.
Hey.
Oh, you want? Do you hate when people do this accent? Hello there. Do you hate that?
Well, they either do that. They either go full leprechaun or they go pirate. They never get it spot on. But then I hear myself back and I'm like, oh shit, I actually do sound like that.
Yeah, you get
Welsh
that.
people, no one can ever do Welsh accent.
No, it ends up being Punjabi.
Yeah, it does.
No,
I'm from Wales. That's not what we do.
I can do an alright like Valley's woman accent, like certain words.
Do it.
Lovely. Beautiful. It's actually a very melodic accent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know some people don't like it. I think it's fucking great.
I love the. Have you seen that clip of the woman in the Welsh Valleys when the boys kick the football into her house?
Yes. Yeah.
Boy, stop it! You doing my head dinner?
Go in it.
My sister used to do that growing up. Every time I had a annoy her, she wouldn't just say don't. She goes, Donna! Like, she wanted a kebab and steak. This is an advert for Stone Circle Comedy Club. Probably shouldn't have started by saying this is an advert. Looks massively unprofessional. But Stone Circle Comedy Club.
Where is it though?
I'll tell you where it is, Sandro.
Get your fucking mouth shut.
It's in the Garage music venue in Uplands, which is under the White Snooker Hall. It happens every second Sunday. Always a top professional lineup. We don't mess around, which is why Sandro's never give me on the fucking bill.
Fucking slime.
Come down, go to www.stonecirclecomedy.co.uk.
Get out of my pub.
So Chris, tell us a bit about you, mate. You must have seen. I want to ask you about your bouncing days, man, because you must have seen some fucking crazy things when you were doing the doors. Are you still do the doors?
Not as much anymore because I work as like a first responder with the ambulance as well. So I do like private stuff with that. So I mainly do more of that, and then on the weekends when I'm free, which is rare.
Are you aware right now you've got more jobs than the entire Port Talbot?
I'm collecting them, man.
But if you take a woman in, obviously you stripping and stuff as well, and like a woman she's not responding, would you just try and rouse her by taking some of your clothes off?
Get the heart rate going.
Get the heart. She's dying.
She's not responsive. Get the baby oil.
Let's get this bitch up.
Let's cue Pony. Fuck yeah, let's get it going.
like pump.
Fucking hell.
That'd be great to mix those jobs up.
Well, what are you so pissed in with it? What am I doing today?
Well, the mad thing is, right, I'm actually trying to put together a routine for the strip show where like I dress up as a paramedic. Yeah. Obviously, not the same uniform because that would be a definite like loss of a job right there. But like just like a fake one, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because I just like the idea of like pretending like someone's like fucking needs resuscitation on stage, and you're just there like I can't help you, but I'll take these clothes off for you.
How did you get into the stripping thing? Did you like go on Indeed or something? Or?
No, I was working as a bouncer in a gay bar, and like one of the Dream Boys recruited me. It wasn't like a casting couch situation or anything like that. That sounds like that's where it was going. Like, but one of the guys, so they used to do it over in Pulse underground. They would rent out the space, and then after the show, they'd come across to King's, the gay bar I was working at. And one of them came in, and he was a very like metrosexual looking guy. I thought he was a gay fella, like because obviously gay dudes look after themselves a bit better than straight guys in. Yeah. And he walked in, didn't even say hello to me.
Know Sandro's definitely straight.
What an attack me all. Leave him to tell the fucking story.
So he comes in, doesn't even say hello to me. I'm like, oh, that's rude. Comes back out and he starts like looking me up and down like that, like proper like, what you got going on? And I literally, I thought he was about to come on to me. So I say it to, and obviously I've seen that look 1,000 times in gay bars, and it's made me empathize a lot with women. Like never have I been objectified more. Like really? Fellas, and they like obviously guys are audacious with it as well. They'll just keep staring. You'll be like, hey man, I see you looking. And you're like, and what? I'm trying to fuck you, you know what I mean? Yeah. But he'd start looking at me and I say, hey man, like, you okay? And he goes, doesn't even introduce himself, doesn't say hello. He you ever thought about stripping, bro? And I was like, hey, man, I'm not trying to suck any cock tonight. Or any night, for that matter. You know what I mean? And he goes, no, I'm not trying to come on to you. He was like, I work with the Dream Boys. We're looking for another dancer. And I was like, oh, fuck. I danced. I trained to dance when I was in Ireland. Yeah. I was like, I'll come check it out. And he goes...
Did you strip in Ireland as well?
No, I did Irish dancing. Like, I did actual dancing. Yeah. Your dick flying around the place.
That would be a different strip show, wouldn't it?
There's nothing sexy about Irish dancing, I realised. Yeah. Especially as well, when I did it from when I was a young fella before I hit puberty. And do you know that time when like girls have cooties?
Yeah.
You don't want to touch them. And I remember I gave up at like 12 and I was just like, oh, man, I don't want to be dancing with these girls. It's not cool or whatever. As soon as I hit 13 and the hormones started flowing through me, I was like, mom, any chance that you go back Irish dancing there? You know what I mean? But yeah, so he goes to me, he's like, oh, go speak to this drag queen, Amber Dextrous, shout out, probably won't listen to this. And so in my head, obviously, I think of drag queens like Joe, obviously they dress up as women. And I rock up the next week and I see this fella like tribal tattoos outside Pulse, like chain smoking. I'm like, oh, I don't suppose you know who Amber Dextrous is? And he started like, that's me, love. The most masculine.
It depends who's asking.
The most masculine drag queen I've ever met in my life. And I was like, you're Amber Dextrous? Like, name's Paul. It fucking cracked me up. So I went down, I saw the show, and I was expecting it to be quite like seedy and like weird. It was actually like pretty funny and good crack. Obviously the drag queen like does jokes and sings and stuff. Yeah. And I remember, right, the last guy who went on is this guy, Rory. He was a 6'5" mixed race black guy from the Caribbean. And I swear to God, this motherfucker had a cock like a grandfather clock. It was, I'd never seen anything like it. And I remember watching it just thinking like, that's not real, that's a prosthetic, you know what I mean? So I was backstage with the boys. And we're all chatting away or whatever. And I say to him, I was like, come here now, like that's surely not real. And he pulls it out like a goddamn python and starts swinging it around. And in the drag, I was like, there was like, I was getting hit by the wind, man. I was like, fucking hell. And then then the drag queen was like, oh, so do you want to join or what? I was like, I'll fucking join, but I'm not going after that big cunt.
He's the headliner. You can't follow.
Yeah. How are you going to follow that? You know what I mean? That's a showstopper right there.
This episode is sponsored and supported by Sherwood's Remapping and Auto Tuning. They remap cars for better performance and better MVG. They also do car servicing and car maintenance work. Please support this local business as they supported us and will continue to. If you mention this podcast when you book, we've got a bit of a surprise for you. You have 10% off your booking. Contact them on Facebook under Sherwood's Remapping. But no, go to a strip club though. They are so like strict about like really like no touching or whatever. But they're women. They don't say anything to them, do they?
No. So we have to go through the rules with them before we bring them down. And I think maybe my first or second show, I was kind of like shadowing to see how it all went.
Oh, you upstairs, you greet them all?
Yeah, we greet them and then we bring them down to their seats. Like, customer service is high. Like, do you know what I mean?
Work.
It is, yeah.
Upstairs and all that.
That's your biggest issue, the stairs.
It is, though. Up and on the fucking stairs, bring them down.
Fuck do you? You've looked at the whole like, stairs.
Yeah. I'm not worried about the routine. I was just like, fuck these stairs, man.
I'm looking up the stairs.
Getting onto the stage, just exhausted. It's just like, fuck, this is too much.
Can I do the disabled women and go on the lift? Put them in the lift.
Well, there was one, right? So... There was one time which was really fucking brutal. So we go through the rules with the girls, and the first rule is no standing during the show, no photos or videos, and no touching the performers. And the last rule that was said, no touching the performers. And one elderly like woman on her hag, she must have been in the 50s or 60s, she goes like, what if they touch us? Like, obviously joking. And one of the strippers looked her up and down and goes, you ain't got to worry about that. And one of the other fellas had to pull him aside and be like, mate, we're just fucking trying to put smiles in their face. We're not trying to ruin their self-esteem. You know what I mean? I felt bad for her. Like, she had a big smile on her face, having a little bit of crack, like having a bit of banter, and then she just gets fucking roasted. You know what I mean?
I reckon what happened with her as well. I reckon the backstory was she used to be quite good looking when she was young.
Oh, them women.
She got older, right? Sex drive drive off. 2 weeks before that gig, she went on HRT. She's got a sex drive back. She goes, back in the game, boys. Goes there.
I'll suck anything.
Yeah. Destroyed confidence gone. Like.
So it's mad as well because I'd never even been to like a regular strip club until I started doing it because we moved from Pulse.
Women's one, no.
Yeah, I'd never been. Obviously, I'd seen it on TV and stuff like that, but I didn't know what it was going to be like. So we moved our show to an actual strip club, which was quite apt for what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I remember we did our show because we do the show before the girls come in and they perform. And I remember I left my stuff in the change room and I came back like an hour after the show to pick it up. And like one of the girls came over, obviously trying to sell me a dance. And she said to me like, oh, do you want to have a dance? And in my head, I was like, yeah, I want to dance. I started like salsa with her and shit like that. And she goes, what are you doing? I was like, you asked me for a dance. And she was like, have you never been to a strip club before? I was like, yeah, I was here an hour ago getting my cock out. You know what I mean? What do you want about? And then she like sat me down and explained to me how strip clubs work. She was like, no, I take you in a room, you sit on your hands, I give you a dance. And I was like, that seems like shit crack. What can I do? Because theirs is like very intimate. Ours is like on a stage. You don't have to interact with the crowd if you don't want to. You can bring girls up for a lap dance. But like theirs is like fellas are sitting down. They're like,
and it's always a sweaty guy, I guess.
Oh yeah,
it's proper.
Trying to come in his pants, he can't touch you.
Yeah.
I think they have it tougher, to be honest, and they do get paid more for that. But like,
I knocked one down. I was in Scotland.
you knocked a stripper down.
Not like knock it out, money wise.
Right.
You haggling with a stripper.
Yeah. So my mate was
Fucking like you're in Morocco.
No, my mate's with me because I do all done sales. So I said, I'm not fucking paying for a price for this. You can fuck off.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't knock a stripper down. He said, they like Teflon, like they're hard to work with.
Yeah.
Proper saleswoman.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna fucking work these down now.
Yeah.
So she come over with that. I said, I was like, acting all sad. She's like, oh, I said, I'm fucking like been divorced, no money. Went into like being divorced and I said, how much is the dance? I can't afford it. And she's telling us, I can't afford it. So in the end, it was down from 40 for a tenner.
You're like,
what, did you get a hug or something?
No, she gave me a full dance with tenner. She felt sorry for me. And she said, I lost my kids now.
Yeah,
that must have been a real low point for her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like she's just there, like, you know what I mean? Like, a fucking tenner.
Dance. Jesus Christ.
I need to go. You're not on the car. At the end.
Yeah. And as the dance finished, your phone goes. The wife, she's like, you can't.
I was a guy. You have people in there, and I went with all the older guys. Went for like a rugby, and they're so tight. They just like they buy one drink, and they just watch they come in the middle, do like a bit of a teaser show. They just watch them. Like, I'm like, dance, you tight cunt.
I went to a strip bar in Albufeira once, and I was gutted because we met these two Icelandic girls in there, and they wanted to chat to me and my mate, but at the same time I paid to be there, so they were facing this way, the stage were there, and I'm in conversation, but every now and again I'm like...
You got big magpie energy as well, like Joe's just like a woman in the background there, like,
yeah.
Marley once, I got beat up my own belt in one as well, it's just quite funny.
You got beat up with your own belt?
Yeah, I went in...
Is that like a kink of yours?
No, when I was young, like just mouthy and new, like.
Yeah.
So me and my mate Jenkin, we worked in this strip club in Malia. It's like a rough strip club, like dirty carpets and that. I remember walking again, I said, who wants some? For some reason. I don't know why I said that, right? And this fucking big Polish stripper grabbed me, she ripped my top like that.
Yeah.
And she went out with her fucking nails on my nipple. And if you look at my nipple now, it's like cut there. I got like half a nipple. And she went like, woof, right?
Fucking hell.
Then she grabbed me again and she took me to this stage in front of everybody. And just fucking basically like danced like, but I took my belt off and was fucking battering my belt.
Jesus Christ.
All my mate laughing. Because he laugh. I'm just getting beat up a stripper. She had fucking 40 euros for 50 euros whatever.
My mum, for my 21st birthday, thought it'd be a really funny idea.
You seen it before, Simon?
Yeah, look at my nipple.
Stroke with his carpet.
He's become a man.
Oh, that's a mental image right there.
She thought it'd be a really funny idea to get me a dominatrix stripper for my basic fucking 21st, and I didn't know anything about it. So all my friends and my family there.
That's hilarious.
My mum's paid for this, and this woman came in, fucking big lump of a woman, sitting on my lap, fucking whipping me and stuff like that. And like I'm like, this is awful. And then from the back is my nan go, whip him some more.
Yeah, my grandfather, right? So basically, fucking my old man paid for back in the day strippers. He used to come, you could get him dressed as policewomen and stuff. So my old man like taxed his car for ages. And my man's like, I'll do that. Actually, I'll get a stripper. But I think for his birthday, in his 70th. Yeah. And he come and I come in like, policewoman like, is Garnet for you? Yeah. He says, I shot my old man. I told you tax the fucking car going on. And she goes like this. Woo! He's gone. I'm glad you didn't tax the car. Fuck. 70-year-old like fucking class.
That'd be. Can you imagine if there's actual police raid on the day at the club where they brought a fucking police stripper in. That'd be the funniest thing in the world, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Them coming in serious, they go, get down, give tissue!
Are you seen it before?
Yeah.
And then the next one comes in then, and you go, on your birthday, police woman comes in. You think I'm stupid? You grab her tits. Fucking arrested.
I had it before. Me and a buddy of mine, we did a show, and they requested us to like pretend to be plumbers and fix because the sink was broken, and they were like, "Oh, any chance you could like?"
We're in the club.
It was like a different venue, so it was like a different show. It wasn't Dream Boys now, and we rocked up to the door, and like me and my buddy, like he's like quite an attractive guy. Like we don't look like plumbers, you know what I mean? We didn't even have like the proper tools. Like we brought a little tool bag, and it was just like baby oil inside it, you know what I mean? And we rock up, and the hen opened up the door and met us, and she was like, "Are you guys the strippers?" And we were like just deadpan. We were like, "No, we're here to fix the sink." And she was fucking mortified. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And then she was like so embarrassed with her friends. And me and my buddy are like pretending to look at the sink. And I'm like laughing with him, saying like, "Oh, we're gonna have to play the music now." You know what I mean? And then she's there like, "Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed." And then next you know, Pony kicks in. And me and my buddy just like run into the room just with our fucking high vises taking them off. Like it was mad.
Backfired as well.
What's that?
What's Pony's stripper song?
Pony, yeah, that's like, you know, like, "I'm just a bachelor." It's like famous from Magic Mike.
That's the
That
song.
could have backfired massively though if the plumber had turned up at the same time. They would have made him strip.
Yeah.
Not on his cock.
Our next sponsorship for this episode is the Complete Composite Doors, Windows and Repairs. They specialise in all aspects of the double glazing industry, from UPVC to aluminium windows, doors and composite doors. They are Certus Quality Mark accredited company. They've been going over 10 years, got lots of experience, and they are massive supporters of this podcast.
For a free quotation, please contact 074 983 70132 or contact them directly on Facebook for a free, no-hassle quote. Thank you very much.
We love asking this question to all the guests. Tell us some of your most embarrassing sexual situations.
Oh God. I've got 3 that come to mind.
Come on, let's get into it.
I'll start with the first one, the earliest one when I was 16. I lost my virginity when I was 18, which is quite like old in Ireland.
Oh yeah.
And
some people are going to mortgage this one.
you got fucking 5 kids, they're divorced by that time.
It is older precinct like you.
But I remember from the age of like 16 to 18, I like actually thought I might be gay. Because I didn't know what whiskey dick was.
Yeah.
So like obviously we all like have a bit of Dutch courage, and like when I would find myself in these situations, I'd get like overwhelmed. I'm like, fuck, I need a drink. I'm drinking whiskey.
Yeah.
And then I'd get into a situation with a woman where like my shit wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Like and I'd be like, fuck, maybe I don't like women. Like I was this close to sucking a cock. You know what I mean? I was just like, and like I remember when I was 16, I was at this house party and there was one girl there. And like I obviously won't say her name, but like she'd been with all the guys at that party except for me. Like I was like a rare Pokemon to her. Like she was trying to catch them all. You know what I mean? And I remember I was like, we were playing. I think you call it Ring of Fire here in the UK. We call it Kings. You know, like with the cards and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And like people were drinking. I was drinking straight Jaeger, like a fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean? A big idiot. And like I got really really drunk very quickly. But this girl like took a liking to me for some reason.
Yeah.
And I ended up passing out upstairs, and my buddy read the situation. He was like, he fucking threw water at me. He was like, "Chris, get your shit together. There's a girl downstairs that wants to have sex with you." And I was like, and he fucking plopped me in the room. And I remember she looked at me up and down. She was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I there, in my head, thinking, I'm smooth, like, "Are you sure you want to do it?" and we start getting into it anyway. And I'm on top of her, and like, my shit's not working. And then I'm like, "Oh, I don't feel so good." And she's like, "Don't." I ended up getting sick on this poor girl. I was fucking mortified.
And Jaeger sick.
Oh, it was rotten. I was in a bad. I can't even smell Jaeger without being brought back to that, like PTSD. You know what I mean? Like back into that moment.
Do you know those videos of the seals being rescued from oil slicks? That's what she must have looked like. Fuck me.
The maddest thing, right? If that was roles reversed, I think most guys would be like, let's just wipe it off and keep going. It's true, innit? It's true. But she was obviously disgusted by me, understandably. And my buddy Shane came in, and he cleaned her up and cleaned me up, and he took her into the next room and shagged her.
That's the most blokey thing.
Yeah.
Your friend's been sick and I'll clean him up. And now I'll shag you.
Yeah, oh, it's fucked. So that was an early bad one, and I worked with that girl as well. Like I had to see her the next day in work. I was fucking mortified. My mother worked there too.
There he is, soft cock.
Yeah, yeah.
No, what the
I took her
worst
to my
thing about-
fucking prom as well, or we call it Debs in Ireland. Oh, it was fucking
No,
bad.
the worst thing about that, you said now you can't drink Jaeger without thinking of the situation. The bloke that shagged her after now can't drink Jaeger without getting horny as fuck.
Shagging a little carrot in her head.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's moving.
Oh,
Give me a
Jesus
peck and
Christ.
go home. Tell us a story about that
mate,
guy you know.
It's a fucking great story. About 8 years ago, I moved into a flat share in Swansea. Didn't know the guy that was in the flat with me. Turned out he was an Italian guy, right? Fucking very good looking man, does very good with the women. He used to have Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. He was a different woman every night. He was a dog, right? One morning, I woke up and I go into the kitchen and he looks at me and he goes, I bring a girl home last night. I was like, yeah, I know what you did. He goes, thing is, he goes, we come home. He goes, we get hungry, order a pizza. When the pizza's coming, he goes, we get horny, start the fuck. He goes, the pizza comes, she wants to carry on fucking, I'm hungry. He goes, so what I do, he goes, every time I thrust, I take a wedge.
I was saying, she put a dip on her head.
That man's got his priorities right. Like, yeah.
He said to me, when I met him, because he's from the same area, Italy. My family's from almost mad, like literally the same town.
It's crazy how different it happened for both of you.
Yeah, and he said, Simon, he said, he's the only ginger man who fucks more than me. I was crying. He's got, I'll put on my next Edinburgh poster.
That's hilarious.
That's an endorsement coming from him. Fucking hell, mate.
He's a fucking head.
Oh, he's great, mate. Really fucking funny. Like, what was the second one, Chris?
Oh, so the second one was when I first started doing the Dream Boys. Word got around with people I knew and people who knew of me, and it was like a running joke or whatever. But this one particular time, I like went home with this girl, and like we're getting into it, and as I'm taking off my trousers, and she goes, "Just so you know, Chris, I'm expecting big things." I was like, why the fuck would you say that to me? Like, I went from that to, you know what I mean? Completely threw me off. I was just like, I got stage fright. I was like, am I putting on a show here? Like, you know what I mean? I had to explain.
Pony.
Yeah, I had to explain to her. I was like, I strip. I'm not a fucking porn star. You know what I mean?
Do you know that one meerkat that's taking a look out for the rest, right? He's on guard. That was him, but he saw a light and he's like, oh, fuck it.
I'm leaving, boys.
Oh man, she was into some weird stuff as well. She was like asking me to like hit her closed fist. Like, cause there's rough stuff like hair pulling, choking, like that kind of. That's grand. That's like fucking. That's vanilla stuff.
Yeah.
But this girl was like, I want you to hit me.
But being boxing, do you wrap up first? Oh no, let me wrap up first.
Bare knuckle fisting.
He finishes the shag, his corner man comes in.
That's dangerous because I can't hit her. And she starts screaming, "He hit me!"
I know.
She
It is
has
dangerous.
it.
Yeah, it is fucking dangerous. Like,
I was like, no chance. And then she was saying, oh, I'll be rough with you, so. And I was like, do your best. She was like this little 5'2" girl,
Yeah.
and she's like on top of me, like strangling me, like not doing it properly either. She's like crushing my fucking Adam's apple and windpipe, and like I've been choked unconscious by grown ass men in training, and like my neck has never been so sore. You know what I mean? This little girl like put me in a fucking bad way, and I remember like because of like what she said as well, like I was like fucking soft cock. Like it was like trying to fucking put a marshmallow through a keyhole. And then afterwards we're laying there. She was like, "Oh, so did you enjoy that?" I was like, "Listen here, like if you ever put your fucking hands on me like that again, it will be closed fist next time." You know what I mean? She fucking assaulted me, man. It was fucked.
From Cardiff.
Huh?
Cardiff from.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
okay.
Sure. Why not?
Oh,
I think she was English actually.
Oh, but you go on know this thing? Do the same women come all the time, or is it different women?
Oh, so it's like it's
Double
mainly
little
women from outside of Cardiff.
Do you have the Danny French of Dream Girls?
Oh, that come no.
I mean, like people who
I know.
guys want to show.
Regulars, yeah. No,
Yeah.
we don't get regulars. It's always different girls.
Right, okay.
Usually from outside of town as well.
It's normally parties now.
Yeah, hen parties.
Is it like equivalent women one to that?
What do you mean?
Like I've never heard of like the women version of Dream Boy.
It's a strip club, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's just
she's
normal.
a flat,
There's no
yeah.
like there's no strip clubs for women.
Yeah,
see.
Not really, no.
So what they've done is they've realised that women are far more complex creature than men, and they need a little bit more entertainment.
Yeah. This is it, yeah. They need a story. They need a guy with a job on stage.
yeah,
you know
they
what I
need
mean?
the popcorn.
Yeah. Whereas a man's happy, someone just gets out, here's my tits, £20. It's done. I don't need anything else.
There we are. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need like an ongoing theme. There's like because it's like a 15-minute routine.
Yeah.
And obviously, like 15 minutes, like on stage, like sometimes it can drag. Like if it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
going well.
But you do like a bit of pantomime. No, we didn't. No.
I'm behind you.
Oh, that's fucking class. Another sponsorship this episode is Avon Heating and Plumbing, based in Talbot and cover all South Wales area. They are specialists in all aspects of heating and plumbing and offer 0%, that's 0% finance on all boilers, heating and bathroom installations. And they also do a 24-hour call-out service. You can find them on Facebook or Google for all the contact details and to book. Please don't hesitate. Thank you.
Oh, fucking hell.
What was your third experience?
Oh, the third experience was I got catfished first and only time. I got catfished bad. Like it wasn't as if like Joe. It was just like obviously you see on dating profiles they'll have just photos of their head, which
Yeah.
is always a red flag.
Oh, yeah.
This girl had edited photos of her body as well.
Oh, wow.
And like she was gorgeous. She was Irish as well. I was just like, I probably shouldn't say it, but anyway, fuck it, you can cut it out. And yeah, fucking. I had a rule like that I wouldn't like see any Irish girls over in the UK.
Yeah.
Just because like Irish
No,
girls,
my sister.
Irish girls are like they're fucking brutal, mate. They will roast you. Like I don't particularly like that either. Like at all.
What way?
So they're like have you been to Ireland?
Yeah, but as a kid, like...
Have you been to Ireland?
Yeah. I went
So
to
like
Belfast.
So the women are a bit different in Ireland than they are to the UK. They're just like they're pure. They got silver sharp tongues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They will.
banter,
They're the one. They keep Irishmen humble. You know what I mean? The reason why I'm so fucking full of myself is because I'm not in Ireland. Like if I was in Ireland, the way I am now, women would be like, let's take you down a peg or two, and they get really fucking personal and stuff. And maybe I probably need it in my life.
You brought one nasty, yeah.
Well, like it's all jokes. Like I remember I went to
Nasty, funny people.
yeah, they're very funny. Like, but I don't like. I just don't like it. You know what I mean? I'm like I'm the funny one here, okay? You know what I mean? And obviously that's an ego thing or like fragile masculinity or whatever. But like, yeah, it's just something like I don't particularly enjoy. And like they will roast you like to let you know that they like you. But like I take that as like this person really doesn't like me, and then they'll be there like going back and forth with you for 10 minutes saying about how much of a piece of shit you are, and then you go to leave and you're like, oh, can I join you for a drink? It's like I really like you. So I didn't get that impression from this verbal abuse I've experienced. Like,
are you saying Irish women invented nagging? Is that what you say?
oh man, they are. Yeah, I think that's why like most Irish men are like humble to a fault.
Yeah,
Because the Irish women keep them in check.
But
Yeah.
Irish people aren't all
That's
funny.
why most Irishmen drink so much. It's not on the culture. They
can't be dealing with it
they just got
anymore.
really low self-esteem
Oh
of the
man,
women.
they are.
Yeah.
They've got such quick wits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They know where to get you below the belt as well. They know to get you where it hurts.
Yeah.
But so yeah, this Irish girl, I matched with her, and it was like one of those ones where I was like, oh, this is too good to be true. So we get chatting, and she like invites herself to one of the Dream Boy shows.
Yeah.
And I said to her, I was like, no chance. I was like, I'm gonna meet you first, like for coffee to see if you're not mental.
Yeah.
And she's like really insistent on like coming to the show. And I was like, no, I don't really feel comfortable with that. But then she's like started sending me like nudes and stuff.
Yeah.
And these nudes were like some of the best I'd seen. But obviously I didn't know at the time these were someone else's nudes she was sending me.
Oh no.
She got me good. Like this I could tell this girl had done it before. She'd fooled some
Can I
unsuspecting
just
fellas.
check with my nudes? Someone's doing that. I'm really annoyed.
What's that?
So she convinced me. So I was like, oh fucking man, maybe I should reconsider like my thought about like meeting her first for a coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like as time went on, there was just more and more red flags. So she started saying to me about like all these different guys she's been with, like athletes, fucking singers. And she was like, oh, I've never been with a Dream Boy before. And I was like, what the like, am I a collectible to you or something? You're like that, and I'm there like I'm chatting with this friend of mine, this girl, and like this is why I'll never take dating advice from women, because they will always side with the women, even if it's like a fucked up situation. Because then she starts saying to me, "Oh, I actually live with my ex-boyfriend," and at that point I should have like ran. I should have turned around the other way. But my friend was like, "Oh no, Chris, give her another chance. Maybe she's trying to impress you." And I was just like, "It's not impressive." You know what I mean? It's fucking putting me off, if anything. You know what I mean? And I remember the worst thing is, right, the person I feel most betrayed by is a friend of mine. He came to a comedy show and he knew this girl, and he came up to me and said, "Oh, I heard you're speaking to so and so." And I said to him, I was like, "What's she like?" And he goes, "Oh, she calls herself a catfish." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Is she a catfish?" He was like, "No, I don't think she is, but she calls herself that." And I was like, "Is she or isn't she, mate?" And then I was like, what she look like? Yeah, I was like,
Is this someone else's mint?
Yeah, that's my missus' mint.
so I'm asking, because like she's like lovely. I was getting on with her well, but I was just like, it's not even like the looks aspect of it, it's the lies. Like when someone's pretending to be something that they aren't, it's like, Joe, that's it's yeah, it's like you're lying straight off the bat. Like if you're transparent and you're like, oh, like I'm not that attractive, whatever. Like you can develop attraction for a person regardless of that. But like if you're pretending to be something that you're not, that's like that's such a turn off. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I said I was trying to get to the bottom of it, and he's one of these nice guys that would never say a bad word about women, but like, realistically, it's not a bad word. It's an objective word. Yeah. It is what it is. It's the reality of the situation. So I was like, what's she like? And he goes, "Oh yeah, she's curvy. You know what I mean? And she's pretty." And I was like, "Bro, I think you're holding out on me here." Yeah. But I like again completely ignored another red flag.
You going with your cock?
Yeah, I'm thinking my cock.
Yeah.
So then it comes to the Friday, and we have the Saturday show, and we're doing a show in West Wales, funnily enough. And I'm chatting away to the boys, and they're like, "Oh, Chris, what are you doing tonight?" And I was like, "Oh, I might be seeing this girl." And I'm like, showing her to the boys, like I was like, "Oh, this is what she looks like." Not her nudes, obviously, just pictures of her, the edited ones. And she's messaged me. She was like, "Oh, I can't wait till tomorrow. Come see me after your show." So I'm like, "Oh, amazing." So I'm there with like these fucking Dre boys, and they're all like fucking like macho testosterone boys, and one of them was like, "Fucking take this Viagra, bro. Give her the night." Not that I need it, but he was like, "Give her the night of her life." Yeah. So I took the Viagra. I was in the back seat of the car about to go to her place, and I was just there like that, man. Like I was just like a fucking bull. You know what I mean? Just ready to go. And I rocked.
He's gonna open the sunroof.
Oh, you using a selfie stick.
You've taken an old head off.
So I rock up to her house, and I should have stayed in the taxi. I got out the taxi to meet her at the door, and when she got out the house, she looked like she ate the girl she was pretending to be. And I know that sounds disrespectful. But it's fucking true. Like, who she was pretending to be in these photos and in these nudes was not the girl she really was.
But why go? If you do that, like, lie a little bit. Don't go.
Exactly. Exactly. But the thing is, right, I think she understands men. She realizes, like, men in that situation is like, fuck it, I'm here now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? In for a penny, in for a pound. Yeah. Literally.
Did you go in?
So let me finish this story. So,
you dirty
dog. No, I don't. But anyway, she gets in the taxi with me, and I'm getting along with her, but I'm getting along with her like I get along with like a friend or like a sister. And there's no attraction. I'm repulsed by her. Not physically.
The Viagra.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I'm repulsed by the lies. Like I was just like, "Oh, you tricked me," and I know you've not. This isn't the first time you've done it. Yeah. So we go back to mine anyway, and like we're sitting in the couch, and I'm like, "How do I fucking get rid of this girl?" So I didn't start like pretending, "Oh, I'm tired." You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna go to bed soon. I'm just gonna pop to the toilet." So I go to the toilet. And I'm like, "How do I get rid of this girl?" I come back, she's gone. So I'm like, "Oh, fucking amazing." Go upstairs. She's only naked in my bed, and I'm like, what the fuck do I do? So I get into my bed and I just like kind of like turn it away from her, like, "Oh, good night." Because it's like I think girls in that situation would be like, "Get the fuck out of my house." Yeah. But like more guys, right? As much as like girls say like we're dogs or whatever, like guys like don't want to hurt girls' feelings. Yeah. If they can avoid it, they will. So I was just like, "Oh man, I don't want to fucking like ruin this girl's self-esteem." So I was just like, I'll just like see her. And she's like start kissing me on the shoulder, and then she ends up going down on me. I'll be honest, probably one of the best blowjobs I've ever seen in my life. And the maddest thing, I rang my buddy the next day. He's in the army, and I told him about it because I couldn't tell someone face to face. I was so mortified and like ashamed of myself. I rang him and I told him like, "Joe, about what she did or whatever," and he was like, "Bro, girls like that, they gotta have some redeeming qualities." You know what I mean? They gotta have some fucking traits. So after she sucks me off, she goes, she said something to me downstairs. She was like, "Oh, are you gonna make a move on me or what?" I was like, "No." I was like, I'm gonna go to bed, and then obviously she was in my bed, and then after she talks me out, I like obviously came, and I was just like, fuck, that was incredible. She was like, oh, so are you gonna fuck me or what? I was like, no. And she goes, well, I'm gonna leave then. And I think she was expecting me to be like, no, stay. I was like, okay, bye. You know what I mean?
7727
And she left, right? And do you know who she rings? She rings my friend that was our mutual friend. And I was like, oh, your friend Chris, he's a piece of shit. I just sucked him after that. And then he's like defending me, saying like, oh, Chris isn't the bad guy. Just like, you kind of lied to him. You know what I mean? You're in the wrong as much as like he is. And she goes, oh, can I come over to your house? She goes over to his house, sucks him off as well. And I didn't know this happened. I didn't know this happened until I saw him. This is it, yeah. I didn't know this happened until I saw him. And I was angry with him. I was like, you motherfucker, bro. I was like, you set me up. And he was like, oh, I didn't want to be mean about her or whatever. I was just like, just tell the fucking truth. You know what I mean? Just be honest about it. And then he said to me, he's like, oh, she came to see me after she saw you. And I was like, oh, is it? And I was like, what happened? And he goes, oh, she might have sucked me off as well. I was like, you fucking piece of shit. I was like, you're worse than her. You're so much worse than her, man. Yeah, it's fucked. And the thing is, right, I did Dream Boy show the next day. I wasn't feeling sexy that morning. Like, I was like, my skin was crawling. I was there listening to Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back. Sexy was gone. Like, I was never bringing it back. I could never fucking bring it back. And I remember going, because obviously all the boys knew what I was doing. I am backstage. I was like, oh, Chris, how's it with that girl? I was like, don't want to talk about it. And I'm there like doing the rules with the girls, and the girls are like flirting with us or whatever, and I'm like pure shy, and I'm just like, don't look at me. And I'm like, how am I gonna perform? Because like the whole show is about being sexy to some degree, and I'm like, fuck, I can't get it. How do I be sexy? Where's it gone? Like, how do I bring it back? But then fortunately, as soon as the music came on, I was like, I'm back, baby. Because it's like performing like a comedy. It's a persona, right? So as soon as you get into it, it's just like, oh, it's the act.
What is that? Does she that to a lot of people though?
Say again?
She must have done that to a lot of people.
Oh, 100%. She was really good at it. You know what I mean? I was kind of impressed. Like, I was less mad at her. I was mad at myself for getting fooled, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but I was mad at my buddy. Yeah, I got duped. But I was on.
Your mate, then you would have gone.
Say again?
Say your mate hadn't said, oh, she's right. Then you would have still had a not go in.
If he'd have been honest and said.
No, but I mean, if the mate wasn't involved at all,
yeah,
you think you still would have gone?
Yeah, because like, yeah, 100%, yeah, just to find out, but like, but
I just genuinely, when I was about 4 years ago, I got catfished by it was another Irish girl by it was a girl, yeah.
Was it the same girl?
It was a girl called Eva, right? And
this one
we've been chatting on Tinder. She told me that she was competing for Ireland in gymnastics. She was sending me all these pictures, right? And like she was in good shape.
Yeah.
I turned up to meet her, right? I've walked past her in the bar. That's how different she looks, right? She's come up to me, said, hello, mate, those pictures are at least 8 years old. She looks so different, I thought a fucking tribute actor turned up. And I was like, oh my God. And then I'm like, well I'll stay for a drink. Right?
This is the thing,
yeah.
Sorry, go on. Sorry, I
didn't mean to stay for a drink because I don't want to be a prick, right? So the whole time I'm like, oh, she's fucking lied to me. I don't find her attractive. And then she says, I'm going to come back to mine. And I was like, yeah, okay. So we get a taxi. Right? We're going back to it. I've changed my mind, but I've changed my mind on the way. So what I've done is, taxi stopped. She's gone out in her own house. I've closed it. I'm going to go back to my own house.
Oh, fuck. I might make before. I remember a weird text I got on the day. Within the day it was on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Help. You. He must be texting me saying, help, you need to phone me and you get out of the situation with this girl.
Yeah.
So obviously he's at the same to him. I was thinking, do I phone him? Or do I just... That's how evil I am. I'm like, shall I? Or... I left it for 10 minutes, text. Hurry up. Because apparently he turned up like that and this woman, her photo was fucking years old. And she was so big, he got in the car and he said, not fucking exaggerating, the car slanted. So he said,
oh my God.
He said, honestly, it was bad. And he said, that naps on. It's like, food turn off the roundabout. I got no fucking choice. I can't get off this roundabout.
Sponsor for this episode is Avon Ales, absolute legends on Station Road. Avon Ales and fine wine. You can get craft beer, just a general good time. Staying with them will take out, they don't care.
So Avonales is Torba's #1 supplier of grassroots entertainment. You can call me like there once a month also. We've got grassroots bands, we've got a lot of entertainment. You can come in, have a drink, have a laugh. Great supporters of local acts and local arts, and have a good time.
Men's sexuality is absolutely depraved. We are depraved beings. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%, mate.
But with men, when you're younger, you do it. But then when you get older, it drops off. But women, it's in their 40s or 50s. They get
spikes. Yeah.
They get really.
When
they go to the change, innit? They go like really like fucking horny, don't they?
What I found amazing is the dildo was invented before the fleshlight. You would have thought that would have come first, the way men are, right? It's insane. Like,
do you know how the vibrator was invented?
No.
So I read this book, Sex at Dawn, and it talks about like our sexual evolution and devolution in certain ways. And there was a medical term before hysteria. I'm sure you've heard of like hysterical women. So this was a medical term that was used to diagnose women that are essentially sexually frustrated. So they come in and you'd be like, oh, doc, like, and just all the symptoms of like just being frustrated in that way. And like the treatment was these doctors and nurses would manually relieve them. So you'd be like, finger them until they're relieved. And it got to the point where like these doctors and nurses were like, fucking hell, my hands are killing me. We need to create something to do this for us. So they created like the first vibrator. Like obviously it was like a huge fucking machine.
Into the wall.
Yeah, huge, a huge machine.
I got the Euro things on.
But that was how the vibrator was created.
Mad.
wow.
Yeah.
And you know, like I reckon at that point as well, if that was part of the doctor's job, I reckon 90% of the medical schools around the UK were fully men.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've got a weird cold. You need reviving. Safety goggles on. Plug it in. It's really strange because they don't usually use their cock. Anyone comes in for anything. I've got eczema. You need revealing.
Someone's coming and go, excuse me, do you know where the butchers are? You need relieving.
Could you imagine him getting to the day where he's just like, fucking hell, man, I got no pee left. You know what I mean? Blocked nose, you're about to get a blocked mouth now. Fucking hell.
That's a fucking mad.
That's crazy, though.
Do you reckon last time in all they've got it's getting too much? We'll have to start putting them on subscription. a dildo comes in a little fucking Lloyd's pharmacy bag. Yeah, I'll take it home with you.
Fucking hell.
And he got the instruction on it. Use once a day.
Amazing.
Stick it on it.
That just shows as well, all those women that were frustrated, that just shows how many men were selfish for. There must be so many men just on the job come and go, I'm done now. I don't care about you.
Because there comes a certain point. Obviously, on paper, that sounds like a dream job to be a male doctor at that time. But there probably comes a point where it's like, it's the 10th patient of the day with hysteria. You're just like, fucking hell, I'm red raw. You know what I mean? It's like,
as well, like back then, like women, like some of the women who wanted, they probably like maybe bigger women with hairy pussies. So maybe a little comb first and just comb it back. No, being professional. You got to sterilise something on there. So you got the minge comb and you comb all the air back. I've got to comb a Turkish barber. Is that the sex toy, doctor? No, this is the shaver. Gonna get this all sorted first.
oh, fuck.
Gonna tidy your garden up. Because it's the NHS, we can only do half.
Oh my God.
Do you reckon as well, when men heard about this, there were loads of men turning up in dresses? I'm not feeling very well, doctor. You're gonna cock.
It makes sense now. That's why he went to be a doctor. And he realised how hard he had to do the work. He's like, oh, fuck. That's be a dream boy instead.
That's amazing. That's mad that service used to exist. Like,
It's crazy. I dressed up as a doctor for my routine.
This, though?
I think it was 60s maybe.
Oh, fucking really?
Yeah, I think so.
Another thing, another one, cigarettes people, didn't he? That's another mad, right?
hang on, guys. My nan was born in the 20s. My nan probably went in for one of those. Like, that's amazing. Oh, that's funny.
Your nan talking about her fucking fond memories of Dr. Dick.
Yeah. That's what it makes sense though, because when my nan goes to the doctor, she gives him a kiss on the cheek. Nice to see you again, love. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, we got some would you rather questions from the viewers again.
Off the viewers, yeah?
Yeah, they're even more weird than the ones that we got sent a couple of weeks back. The first one,
Why? What are these people?
I don't know, mate. If random people are messaging in. Right, first one. Would you rather, I'll ask you first, Sandro. Would you rather drink your mum's period blood in a cup or a cup of your dad's cum?
Whoa, fucking hell.
I mean, I would like to know why the listeners want to know this stuff about you. It's a bit fucking strange.
But
isn't
she gone. I think mum's gone through the change, so.
No, huh? You think your mum's gone for the change?
Yeah, I think so.
What's
You don't have a period, then, do you?
So just be a dry cup.
Yeah.
Well, that's fucking answer. Jesus Christ.
Drinking dust, like.
No, my old man's been not circumcised. It's called. The other one, balls.
Oh, well,
Too
he's
tight.
been clipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he still come.
Yeah, but it's watery probably, so.
Yeah, but hang on, mate. We're not worrying about the nutrients. It's not a fucking probiotic yogurt. It's still your old man's cum.
It would go down easier. It would go down easier. It'd be less yogurt and more like fucking.
What were you hoping to get pregnant?
But it depends. I think in the right environment, like if it was a shot, like, like
It'd be easier.
Drinking it slowly, no.
Yeah.
It was like 1, 2, 3, hey, lads. It's funny then.
So if it was a shot, did you go? You do your old man's cum.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
So basically, what you need to say, if I ever go to a beef with you, I need to keep a fucking eye on you.
No, that's a fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's
It's a
terrible.
disgusting question, Chris.
What's the next one?
The other one. Would you rather lick a homeless man's toe or put a chewing gum in your mouth that you found on a toilet floor?
Toe.
Yeah, toe.
Toe all day.
Why?
Because I know a homeless man, he's dead now, but tall, but he had no legs. I don't mind licking it. I'll lick it all day.
So what you're saying is if someone put a gun to your head and give you that scenario, you'd go on the hunt for homeless men with no feet.
Because, with the stump, they keep it clean, see?
Oh, man.
They do keep it clean, though. People who do stumps keep it clean.
Why would you go for the toe, Chris?
Chewing gum on a toilet floor would be bumping.
Right,
Then
yeah.
again, toilet floors, they clean them, don't they?
Do you realise what you've just done, right? You've just agreed to drink your dad's cum. And now you're not going to have chewing gum on a toilet floor. You're fucking double standard.
It depends what toilet in there.
Oh, that's true.
If it's like a clean, like, one in, like, dentist surgery, something
Like a disabled toilet.
yeah.
And,
Or
if
like
you-
that one there.
And if you're in a disabled toilet, you've got more chance of finding the homeless man with legs in there as well.
Yeah.
Probably works really well. It's the best place to find them, I've been told. I don't
What
know.
were you? First one, actually, the cum one.
The cum, I drink my mum's period blood.
Your father's dead, so you don't have a cum. And what?
That's what I mean, yeah.
Welcome to the Prominent Podcast.
I've got no choice in it, to be honest. For the homeless man and the gum, I'd go for the gum on the floor.
Yeah.
Because I like playing Russian roulette. I'd go for the sort of like, just hoping there's a tiny bit of flavour of cum in there so I can remember what it tastes like when you're still alive.
Fucking
All right. What's the fuck? What are these fucking pigs?
That was episode 8 of the Problematic Pub Podcast with me, Simon Emmanuel, Sandro Ford, and Chris Kerley.
We're bringing the foreigners in. Diversity.
We are actually on Chris Kerley's gig. When is it, Chris?
It is Sunday the 28th of this month, and Simon is headlining. Sandro here is opening, and we actually have Welsh Jesus on the bill
Who's
as
been
well.
on the podcast, Gareth?
Oh,
Gareth, yeah,
Very funny.
It's class.
If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Apart from that, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Sláinte.
Ciao.